Okay, gonna do another blind reacts looking at Marilyn Monroe and see what we find. For the case, remember that Marilyn Monroe was a huge icon, that ended up, as they say, as they tell us, um, unaliving herself through overdose, and that in some cases they felt like there was a cover up or some there was some foul play, and that she was connected to some bigger names in politics and things of that nature. So here we go.
Fame. It's like caviar. It's good to have caviar, but we have it every day. You know? Yeah, too much caviar. And yet, it stirs up envy, Fame. Who does she think she is, Marilyn Monroe?
Yeah. Yeah.
I arrived at Marilyn's house in Brentwood, which is just outside of LA. I pressed the doorbell. My heart was pounding because I absolutely had no idea what to expect. When her housekeeper opened the door, I was amazed. In front of me was a virtually empty living room. There was nothing in it but a couple of chairs. I put the tape recorder on the floor and was kneeling down trying to get it to work. Suddenly, in front of me, I saw yellow slacks, and a voice said, "Is there anything I can do to help?" And so that's the way I met Marilyn Monroe, on my knees. She looked great. She'd had her hair and makeup done, but she was clearly troubled. And I saw a roller coaster of moods, intensity, a lot of anger and sadness, as we discussed how her life had been changed by fame.
Since this article is going to be on fame, I like to state here and now, fame is fickle. And I know it. It has its compensation. It does. But it also has its drawback. And I've experienced both.
Really nice. Some girl.
What has Marilyn Monroe got that a million other women have and prefer not to show?
I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Fame and
Well, that was a shot. Took a shot at her. I guess that's part of the pressure, that she's feeling. There it is in the news. When I put in the news and people see me in the news, what do people say about me specifically? Maybe the men like me, but what do the women say about me? Is that the story? Is that what we're dealing with?
happiness, it seems to me, is certainly temporary and a partial happiness or a wait. And I'm not calling myself an orphan, but you see, I was brought up, I think, differently than the average American child. Because, no, but the average American child sort of, like to be happy, to be happy, that's it. Gee, happiness wasn't anything I ever took for granted. I loved to play. I didn't like the world around me too much because it was kind of grim. I just felt like I was on the outside of the world and opened up. I thought, gee, what happened? If the world became friendly and opened up to me. I didn't realize the value of a sweatshirt in those days. I mean, I sort of was beginning to catch on, but I didn't quite get it because I couldn't really afford sweaters. We are all born sexual creatures, thank God. It's a pity so many people despise and crush this natural gift. Tom Kelly, you can find him around. He's still around town. You know, when he first.
Well, see, that's the thing now. And that would be what the woman at the beginning was alluding to. Marilyn is like, well, what's wrong with what I'm doing? I think it's natural. I think there's nothing wrong with it. But the woman at the beginning is like, hey, yo, I mean, I feel like you're going on about it the wrong way. I feel like, maybe you're showcasing something that we all have, but maybe you're not supposed to be doing that. That's sort of uncouth, and you're breaking the rules of society. And so therefore we're going to put pressure on you. Man, honestly, man, I was watching a video, or I heard a video of Lizzo the other day. And one of the things I think that she battles with, from what I can tell from her perspective, is being criticized about her weight. So, I mean, she went and lost some weight. But I think later on, she went on somebody's stream, I think Kai Cenat's stream, and they said that she was breathing heavy, even after her weight loss journey had taken place. And so a lot of times, if you just go look in her comments, sometimes you'll see prior to the weight loss, you would see just like a bunch of nasty things, a bunch of crazy things being said about her. And I think after a while that takes a toll on you, and that whether you like it or not, it makes you change your behavior. And I think Marilyn is no different. Even if she doesn't want to, it's like they're going to say this about me. They're going to say I need to put on makeup. They're going to say I need to stop showing this, or what have you. And so, but the problem is, she might feel alone because this is her mindset, and she really feels this way. However, other people don't.
Pose nude. But then I thought, if I'm going to be a symbol of something, I'd rather have it sex than some other thing that a symbol to. See, that's the trouble. A sex symbol becomes a thing. Well, I just hate to be a thing.
All right, you're gonna pay for that.
She had that wild laugh, sort of a trademark, but in the interview, it seemed to come out at odd moments, out of place. Marilyn gave her fans the credit for her fame. She felt she never had respect from the Hollywood studios, and only her adoring fans really understood her, and they had made her a star. Talking about them were the only really happy moments of the whole interview.
If I am a star, the people made me a star. There was no studio and no person. The people did. There was a reaction. It came in to the studio. I mean, stand there, you can't imagine. And they think, you're the only star that they got, or you're the only star. And they look at me as if I was nuts.
Marilyn, on behalf of Look magazine, I'd like to present to you the Look Achievement Award as the most outstanding feminine newcomer of 1952. Congratulations.
Thank you, Lauren. And my thanks to Look magazine.
You know what she reminds me of when she made that statement? She does remind me of Kurt Cobain. When I think in one of the interviews, he was talking about, they really just push you. They push you out here. Hollywood, in the music industry really just pushes you out there. And he said something to the effect of, you know, they make you seem more famous than you really are. And he's like, not that we're not known, but not that we're not stars, but they make you seem like rock stars, like you're already on that level. And so there was some hesitancy to kind of give the studio credit for making you something, um, and attribute it to somewhere else, probably because you have some quarrel with the studio.
Gee, I never felt I had an effect on people until I guess I was in Korea. I don't think until then, really, because studios that I worked with always said, remember one thing, you're no star. Sometimes people want to see if you're real. They kind of look I to you, towards you, for some kind of something that's, I guess, away from their everyday life. I guess you call that entertainment, huh? And we all lose our charms in the end. We're caught on can't these rock dogs who say diamonds are a girl's best friend. Claudia. Diamonds are I'm a kind that I promise I think yeah, all through life. But get that I don't ever no die. He's your guy when stocks are high. But beware when they start to descend. It's then that those louses go back to their bosses. Diamonds are a girl's best friend.